If you're watching this right now, then you're probably using the internet. And you've probably also, at least once, had the very annoying situation of having no connection. There's many reasons why you might have a loss of connection. It could be an outage in your area with your internet service provider or equipment that's failing. But as a technician of a little over 10 years, I can tell you that many times it's actually a simple fix. And if we familiarize ourselves with the basic parts of your internet system, then you just might be able to get yourself back up and running and not have to waste time calling your internet service provider. Now, there are many different types of systems, internet networks that use coax cable, fiber optic, DSL, and cellular broadband like T-Mobile. The thing that all of these systems have in common is power. Any system needs power. So many times as a technician, I could tell you that, a simple check of your power cord can actually fix your problem. Now, here's an example of, just one type of power cord. There's many different ones. Sometimes you'll see a block type like this and two wires. Sometimes it's a thicker and a single wire. But it's all going to connect to the outlet in the wall, right? That's where the power comes from. And that's also part of your power connection, right? It's the power connection behind your modem, the cord, and the power connection on the wall. Now, things you want to look for at the wall. Sometimes those outlets get loose. If you live in an older home, or maybe there's been work done to your house, sometimes those outlets can get moved around. If there's many people who live with you at home, sometimes they move things around behind the furniture or your desk, and that's where these connections can get loose. And a lot of times, that's the simple fix. So familiarize yourself with the cords behind your modem or your system, and that will a lot of times fix the problem that you have. Now, the next part of the internet network is the connections between the equipment themselves. Now, the main part of your internet network is the modem. Here's an example of one type of modem. This is for a cable network that uses a coax type connection. This is the part that connects the actual signal source that comes from the wall, and this is an Ethernet. Now, this connection here at the cable should be hand tight. Sometimes that gets loose, and that's enough to cause issues with your internet. And these boxes, I know sometimes it seems like, people don't move them around, but just over time they actually do loosen up. So every now and then you might want to just make sure it's hand tight. You don't want to over tighten them, because this piece here can actually break. And then you have your Ethernet port. This port actually connects your modem to different other equipment, such as a router, or maybe even directly to a computer. But this is, you can consider this like an output type connection that feeds the internet connection to the rest of your devices. So the next part is the router. This is another type of router, which, if you look here, you have one row with one color and another row with a different color. That usually denotes the type of connection it has. This one matches our modem here. So many times that's enough to tell you that's where that goes. I'm trying to give you just a basic type of explanation here without any technical terms. The best thing to do is to actually, right now, while your internet is working, take the time to look behind and see where those connections go, and familiarize yourself so that you know what to look for if you are having any types of issues.